Welcome to another episode of the No Dress Code Pod. I'm your host, Bree, and if you're listening, thank you for tuning in to another episode. What can I say to y'all? But I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative of the birthday wishes. I'm appreciative of the streams. I'm appreciative of you just taking time out of your day to spend time with me. Um, If you're listening, I do want to say please follow the No Dress Code Pod on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at No Dress Code Pod. I hope you guys are having an amazing week. I know you're like, oh, you say that every. I know you're like,
Oh, you say that every week.
and you're right. And I'm gonna continue to say it because I want you to have an amazing week, and I need to speak that over you if that's what I want for you, right? Okay. So, yeah, have an amazing week, or be in my comments and be in my DMs and tell me that you didn't have an amazing week. Yeah, because it's important to me. So if you are here, let me tell y'all, we are locked in, okay? If you've been here from day one, baby, you are amazing. Chef's kiss, a part of the team. If this is your first time tuning in, then let me be the first one to tell you a welcome to the team. We are non judgmental over here. Okay, but one thing about it, you're going to love it over here. Okay? Okay. So, these last few episodes, we've been starting with a Reddit. And although I said we would have a name, we will have a name for it. Again, we're still struggling, but if you guys got some suggestions of names, then mm, let me know. You know, the emails in the bio, Instagram, Twitter, all those DMs are open. Just let me know. We're taking suggestions, you know. So this one is called Am I the Asshole for telling the person I'm dating I don't have kids? So let me interject. After that last Reddit that whooped my ass, I'm gonna just have to start reading these Reddits for what I know they trying to say versus what they be reading sometimes. Because sometimes I don't know. Y'all be having me sound like I'm hooked on phonics, like I'm remixing, like I'm buffering, and I don't be. It don't be me. I promise y'all. It don't be me. But am I the asshole for telling? I just said I was gonna read it for the way it should be read and not the way I was writing it. Am I the asshole for telling the person I'm dating I don't have kids? I, 28 male, recently got into a car accident. I'm fine. I wasn't at fault, but my car was a total loss. I'm happy about it though. Normally I get a new car every year or so. But because of the loan I had to take out on this one, I kept it for longer and was genuinely bored of it. My insurance paid me back for the wreck, and with savings and the insurance money, I dropped cash on a used Scion FRS. For those unaware, it's a little two-door stick shift sports car. The problem starts with the girl I'm seeing, Jen, 24, female, and son, Zeke, 3. I was showing Jen the car, how much I liked it, and goal of mine, that it was a goal for a long time to buy a car of this caliber in cash. She got in, saw the back seat, and said, "Wow, you really can't fit anyone back there, even a kid." I said, "Yeah, but it's really just me driving it, so I don't need a big car, and I don't have any kids, so I don't need to be sensible." She immediately got out of the car and asked if Zeke meant anything to me. I said Zeke was awesome. He's a great kid, but he's not mine. She asked if I was ready for the responsibility of a kid, and I said Zeke is the only one I've spent this much time with. But I've only been dating her for 4 months and I've known him for two, so I haven't really thought of him as more than her kid. She said I was seriously immature and acting like a teenager with my stupid car and to grow up. I haven't talked to her at all since the conversation, which was yesterday. But she texted me a few times letting me know how she feels. Her brother also let me know I needed to man up and start taking things seriously. The most confusing part is she drives a Honda Pilot, a whole ass SUV. If I needed to shuttle Zeke around, I could use her car. I'm never alone with him anyway. ETA, fake names. Update. Because I want to just get it out there, the accident happened 2 weeks ago. I bought the new car Monday. This all happened Thursday night. After she blew up, I never replied to her text that night. Woo, okay. The accident happened 2 weeks ago. I bought the new car Monday. This all happened Thursday night. After she blew up, I never replied back to her text that night. I was upset and wasn't in the headspace to calmly talk about what happened. So I smoked some weed, played GTA, and fell asleep. I worked today, Saturday, and wasn't able to check my phone. I work at a shop building high performance cars on Saturdays, so I need all my focus going to my clients that spend 20K plus on these things. I came home and had a small conversation via text with her where I made this post. After I told her over text, I'm not selling the car, but in a few months, I'll finance a truck since I need one to tow the boat. I promise I'm not rich, just professionally poor. I buy junk and fix it up. And she did not think this was an acceptable response. I left it alone again and went to my parents' house to hang out with them and relax. She just called me absolutely hammered and went on a 20-minute ramble about the choices I make in my life and how she expected me to be a better person. I don't want to get this post banned from the Reddit, so I'll just say I no longer have to worry about being Zeke's stepdad or what Jen thinks about my automotive situation. I really liked her, so it's kind of a bummer. But these comments and her phone call opened my eyes to a big pot of marinara flags she was cooking. That's really the only update I have. I really hoped it'd be more dramatic. Not you hoping it'd be more dramatic of an update. Yeah, that's all I got for you, really. Not you hoping it'd be more of a dramatic update. Cause baby, one thing about me, I don't like no drama, especially unnecessary drama. But shout out to you if you do. That's cool. It's just not my thing. Are you the asshole? In all actuality, no. You don't have kids. You're right. There's no reason for you to buy a sensible car for something you don't have. That don't make no sense. I mean, you could theoretically be preparing, but baby, you only get one life to live, and as far as I'm concerned, you got 9 months to prepare. This lady gave you 2 months to step up to the plate and be a father figure. And what? I mean, I don't have kids, so I can't really speak too much on how I feel like you should be raising your kid. Um, but if kids are anything like me, then I don't even want to meet everybody you date. So after 2 months, I don't expect this man to be my best friend. The same way I wouldn't expect this man to be your child's father in 2 months. That's stupid. Baby, you met this man 4 months ago. At that, you met this man 4 months ago. He could have been a serial killer, a rapist, whatever the case may be. And maybe I just have bad views of people. But let that man go ahead and get his dream car. That man wanted to cash out on a vehicle Let that man cash out on that vehicle. He works hard. And even if he don't work hard, the fuck? He worked for it. Like, I can't stand people who do that. Like, if you don't let me spend my money how I want to spend my money, I don't have no kids. I don't I don't have nobody that I need to be financially responsible for except for myself, you know? Um, yeah. You're not the asshole. I think your girlfriend was the asshole because you want this man to get a sensible car for your child that I think maybe it could be the time. And don't get me wrong, people meet and date and get married and spend the rest of their lives together in less than 4 months sometimes. But that don't seem to be the case for y'all. Y'all don't seem to be on that path right now. So with that being said, yeah, that don't seem like that's your ministry. So 4 months for me is moving a little fast, because it don't seem like y'all are moving fast together. So you're not the asshole. She very much is tripping, and her brother is tripping too, telling you need to man up. What are you there for? I mean, you should be more of a father figure than this random man she met 4 months ago should be. No, I don't know. Please don't ask me. I don't know. But do I think you're the asshole? Completely not. But speaking of assholes, I'm sure you guys have seen that TikTok about the lady who went on a date with a guy and he took her to the Cheesecake Factory. Right? If you like the Cheesecake Factory, shout out to you. So she said, I'm not getting out of the car because I don't eat at the Cheesecake Factory. And mind you, she's recording and he's like, okay, well, we can talk about it. Baby, it wouldn't have been able to be me. Okay, the minute you would have started recording and been like, oh no, I'm not eating here because X, Y, and Z. Nah, I would have just shut down because who are you trying to embarrass? Who are you playing with? Baby, you better silent. You better do like the side chicks and record me without me knowing. Because who are you playing with? Like now you trying to really publicly embarrass me, and who are you playing with? Yeah, nah, don't play with me. Again, from the about me section, don't play with my feelings. Don't do that. So at first I was like, oh yeah, like I'm kind of with a girl. Don't take me to the Cheesecake Factory. And again, if you like the Cheesecake Factory, shout out to you. But I'm not necessarily a fan of the Cheesecake Factory. And I'm not saying the quality of food or the quality of restaurant. I'm not a fan of the Cheesecake Factory. Period. So don't take me there. I'm not saying I'm gonna act up like she acted up, but don't take me there. So at first I was on her side, low key, like not necessarily on her side. Um, but at first I was more so agreeing with her, like, okay, I can see your delivery was wrong, but I can see where you're coming from. And I say that because I just had a conversation with a friend the other day about how um I just okay. So no judgment to this lady, right? In fact, shout out to this lady. And I'm not saying I agree with her, but shout out to her because I just had this conversation with a friend about how when men have standards, they rarely stray from them. Like when men say they don't date single moms or women who make more than them or women who are taller than them, like you get the point. But and shout out to those people, but Um, Shout out to those people though, because we don't judge over here. But they rarely will, and not to sound like a pick me, but a lot of times, some women, including myself, which is why I said not to sound like a pick me, um, will have or did at one point like waver or stray from their standards or their preferences. Now, am I saying that to say that I agree with her approach? No, I don't. Especially when I started seeing the other parts of the videos where the man was like, technically, the Cheesecake Factory is not what I had planned for us. But because you were late, we missed our reservation, and this was the theoretically next best thing. At that point, it was a little different because it was like, oh, baby, you missed your reservation. So you was late, which means you had to have missed the grace period that this restaurant provided as well. And you just play with that man's time. Now I'm fair. Don't play with his time just like you wouldn't want him to play with your time. Cause don't play with my time. The way I won't play with your time. Like, please don't. Um I get over time faster than I will you getting over playing in my face, but or playing with my feelings. But don't play with that man's time. So once I realized like, oh nah, sis was tripping because you had reservations and you missed them. And I'm more than sure that he told you ahead of time them reservations was at a certain time, and I don't know what happened. I'm not even gonna speculate, but you missed some reservations. Yeah, you missed those reservations, so Cheesecake Factory was the next best option, and that man tried. Again, I'm not a fan of Cheesecake Factory, and that's just that. So I wouldn't have wanted to go either, but I definitely wouldn't have approached the situation the same. But oh, this is the wrong one. But yeah, that's just me. Um, okay. So can okay. So there's a again list of questions we have from the team. Um, some of these questions I feel like will be answered when I answer like one or two of them. Um, so has your expectations for dates changed? So my expectations for dates have changed over the last few years. I never really said how old I was, but just know that I've at least reached my Jesus year. Um, and with Jesus year, baby, comes refreshments. Okay, comes forgiveness of sins. I mean, that comes every day, but really, forgiveness, Jesus year comes with me being more Jesus like. Okay, so my expectations of dates have changed a little bit. I wholeheartedly expected to be courted these days. I do. I expect to be courted. Um, I expect for doors to be open, chairs to be pulled out. Um, I expect to be told I look nice on these dates. Like I full heartedly expect to be courted. Court me. Okay. Court me the way my daddy courted my mother. And if you need me to ask her how he did it, I will, because he courted her well enough that he was able to marry her. So court me is my point. Um, yeah. Gone is the days where I'm like, you cute, I'm cute, let's be together. We're together now because we're cute. Nah, court me. I need to get to know you. I need to make sure that you don't ever feel like I need. Baby, let me tell you something. Okay, so here's the thing. You gonna court me because I need to get to know you first. Now, I need to get to know how you are. I need to get to know if you are insecure. I need to get to know if you are jealous. I need to get to know if I gotta fight in these streets, am I gonna have to fight you as well? Like, I need to know. I need to know, are you gonna be my cheerleader or are you gonna be my biggest hater? Um, do you give off signs that when I look too good, you're not gonna tell me because you don't want my head to get too big? Or do you give off signs that when I'm a bad bitch, you're gonna tell me I'm a bad bitch? Hmm? Hmm? Oh, okay, because I don't need to be dating my biggest hater. So, yeah, I just feel like a lot of things that I have accepted in the past, I will not accept now. Like growth, baby. If the things don't change for you over time, I don't have to tell you. Um, if you ask me out, I wholeheartedly expect you to pay. Because why are you asking me out? I could have asked myself out and paid for myself. It's not that hard, you know. Um, yeah, if you ask me out, I wholeheartedly expect you to pay these days. Wholeheartedly. So please come with that energy. Come with that. Oh, I asked her, so I need to pay. I need to plan. Baby, cause please don't come with me no plan. Please do not come to me with no plan. How do you expect to ask me on a date and you don't have a plan? That that's another way one of my expectations has changed because I went out with a man who did not have a plan. And if you don't have a plan for a date, how do you have a plan for life? Like, how do you have a plan to lead us? Baby, it starts with this date. And that's just telling me that you don't have no plan in your body to lead. Not me, anyway. And if you do, just this not the way I'm going to be led. So, mm-mm. Well, not the way. So, let me tell y'all about this. Let me tell you about this date. Okay. So this was like not first date, but so yeah, this man hit me up. He asked me, can he have a redemption date? Because after the first date, I kind of told him like, this ain't what you want. This ain't what I want. I don't think this is it. And if you know me, then you know like that was big because I'm not gonna say I'm a ghoster because I don't think I am, but like I'll let some shit die. I'll let some shit fall off. You don't text me, I don't text you. You don't hit me, I don't hit you. Because for one, I match energy, but for two, it it wasn't all that. So there's no reason for me to chase you. It wasn't giving what needed to be gave for me to chase. Not even do a little jog. Um, so this man asked me out, right? So I'm like, okay, as a redemption date, I'll allow the redemption date, right? Because sometimes you know the first time just can be bad, and it wasn't. Yeah, okay, it was bad. I was gonna say it wasn't like it wasn't bad. It was. I felt like I was dating a bad bitch, and not I was the bad bitch. So, yeah, it was one of them situations, and so I did a redemption date, And here's when I should have been like, okay, my first instinct was the correct instinct. This man texted me before the date. So this man texted me before the date and was like, hey, can you bring weed? Baby, what? You invite me on this date. You supply everything that we need. If we need cash, you bring cash. If we need card, you bring card. If we need weed, you bring weed. You know what? Let me not say that because I don't smoke everybody's weed. But that's not the point. So I was like, oh, I don't have any. And so he was like, okay, we'll bring wraps. Baby, what grade are we in? Who are you trying to date me or are you trying to be the homie? Like, you wanted me to bring weed? You wanted me to bring the wraps? Baby, what is your plan? Not saying I can't smoke on a date, but what is your plan? Um, and and to specify, I'm on a break. I'm not even smoking right now, so no, I can't bring weed and I can't bring a wrap. So yeah, let me just say I went on that redemption date and I'll leave it at that. I'm not saying that's why you don't give people second chances because you very much should give people second chances, but sometimes your first instinct is your right instinct. Because there's no way for me, you trying to date me, but you inconsistent. Make it make sense. It don't add up. That's another thing I need. I wholeheartedly expect consistency. I expect consistency. I expect effort. Those are two things for sure. For sure, I wholeheartedly expect that I necessarily didn't in the past. Don't get me wrong. I've always expected effort, but consistency. I was just like, oh, we can talk here and there because I really don't like talking to people every day. So, but now it's like I still don't like talking to people every day, but we got 24 hours in a day. At no point in time have you checked in on me. And I don't want to be like, oh, 24 hours, no call, no show, new hoe. But at the same time, it's like you had 24 hours in your day to send a text. Especially if I text you, you had 24 hours in your day to respond back to a text. Please. I expect consistency. I expect effort. I expect pressure. I expect you to let me know that I am who you want. And anything less will be untolerated. And that's just that on that. Okay, so it says there's two questions. It says, well, can a man take a girl on a date with $150? Um, some men can, some men can't. I got friends that you can't take on a date for $150. And that's just that on that. And I got friends that, you can. Can you take me on a date with $150? I don't know. It depends on where we're going, what we're doing. Um, I'm not gonna say I'm counting your pockets to see how much you spend it. It just depends on what we're doing and where we're at. If it makes sense, then it makes sense. But if it don't, then it don't. Can you spend less than $150? Yeah, you probably can. But like I said, it depends on what you're doing. Um, you mean can we do like a hike date? Okay, cause look, I don't. Okay, so I don't know. Like maybe if you do like a couples massage, and maybe like that's just it. Like that's your date, or you do like a You know what? If you're doing like a coffee date, you very much well could spend less than $150. If you're doing like brunch and the brunch isn't like bottomless mimosas, then maybe you'll spend over 150. But it just depends on your date, honestly. And I don't want to tell y'all whether y'all can or can't with me because I don't want y'all to try that. I don't want that to be like a let me see, let me test the water. No, 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 no. Let's just go with the plan. Let's just go with the flow. I'm not penny back. I'm not penny pitching you, but let's just go with the flow. We'll see what you planned, and we'll see where it goes. So if a man takes you out and pays with the coupon, is this okay? So here's my thought process. It if I never see the bill, how will I know you paid with a coupon? Hmm? If I never see the bill, how would I know you paid with a coupon? That's what I'm saying. So you see, when you pay the bill, baby, it don't matter because I didn't know, right? How I'm gonna trip on you something I didn't know? You pay the bill, you ain't gotta worry about. I don't need to know that you paid with a coupon. So it can't bother what I don't know can't bother me, right? Oh, okay. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. You pay the bill and you make sure I ain't gotta see it. And I never know whether you pay with a coupon or not. Mm. Are we doing background checks and social media dives on the man? So let me tell you, I don't know about y'all, but I have been using dating apps. So sometimes I'll meet like men out, and sometimes I'll meet them on dating apps, right? So, here's the thing though, right? Okay. So, I thought I was a don't do a social media deep dive type of girl. No judgment. The No judgment against them. Shout out to them girls. But I recently discovered I am one of those girls. So I won't search your contact. I won't search your Instagram through my contact list. But if your Instagram is on your dating profile, I'm definitely gonna hit it up. I'm definitely gonna view it because now what are we doing? What are we talking about? Like, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna judge you off your social media because, baby, if you ever go through my stories on my personal page, you'll see like it's nothing but jokes. I am not meant to be taken seriously over there. If you judge me by what you see, then that's on you. But I am not meant to be taken seriously over there, and I do not act like I am. So if you can't, get with that, if that's a problem for you, then you shouldn't be on my social media. So I don't judge people off of their social media, but I do low key do a deep dive. Like, ooh, what are you posting? With because what are you interested in? Where you been at? Where you going? What can I expect? What can I expect if I'm like, hey, me and this person um matched, you know, they brought more than their looks to the table. So we match. Let me see what this person talking about. Let me see what this person doing. Let me see if this person is funny on social media. Like I'm funny on social media. Are we gonna have a good time or are we just gonna be bored out of our minds? Like, please let me know. Let me know. Because one thing I do is I hate a boring nigga. Um, so would I do activities like paint and sips or art shows or a hike or something you're interested in? So I do like activity type dates. Um, so maybe not like paint and sip because I don't really drink like that. And I can't really paint. Although, if you wanted to do it, I would most definitely do it. But is that where I'm excelling at? Nah, it's not. But hikes, no. I'm gonna just be honest. When I see that a man likes to hike on his dating profile, like, and he's like, "Oh, would love to go on dates and a hike," baby, I automatically swipe left because I already feel like I'm not trying to go on this dating site and swipe right and be like, "Oh yeah, I like you," but I would never do this with you, or we'd have to change that. Baby, if I gotta change something about you off bat, I'm not for you. And that's okay. And you're not for me. And that's okay. I don't do hikes. I don't. I have a very debilitating fear of heights. I had somebody on my team invited me to go horseback riding on the Hollywood sign. And let me tell you, I'm going to probably do it for content. Okay, because we need something to talk about on this podcast. I'm trying to give y'all experiences. Um, I told them like, oh yeah, I would go, but I have a debilitating fear of heights. Am I still gonna do it? More than likely, I'm gonna attempt to do it. But the minute we get too high and there ain't no sides, I'm out, baby. My heart is gonna be beating fast. My anxiety is gonna be through the roof. I'm praying to God this horse just wants to listen and doesn't follow on its intrusive thoughts while I'm sitting on this horse's back. Yeah, baby. I said, oh no, this. Mm. Now, like I said, I'm more than likely gonna do it, and not just for the podcast. Although I am doing stuff for content. I am getting out the house and being a hoochie for content. Okay, so y'all better appreciate this. Cause I'm not a hoochie. I'm not a hoochie outside this podcast. Oh, I can't even get it out. I'm not a hoochie. I'm not a hoochie outside of this podcast. Okay. Okay. Um. Um. Okay. So I am a hoochie outside of this podcast, but um, I'm bringing my hoochie self outside. Is what I should say. I'm bringing my hoochie self outside. So, the more I come outside, the more content y'all gonna get, and the more engagement I better get. That's all I'm saying. We in this together, team. We in this together. Um, Standing tall on my deal breakers. So, as I stated earlier, I've been one of those women who have at one point wavered on their standards or their priorities, their preferences, their deal breakers. I've been one that has wavered on the things that I said I would never accept. And as I tell my friends, And I, as I grow and do better, baby, when I tell you the things I accepted in my past, I will not accept in my present. I mean that. I stand on that. And on the times where I feel like my knees might be buckling and I might be giving in to what I know I'm not accepting, I have people who will slap the dog shit out of me, theoretically, and be like, girl, we already said we're not dealing with this. We already said this is our deal breaker. And if you don't want to acknowledge that this is that, I'm gonna be the one to tell you for you. This is what you said was your deal breaker. And as your friend, as someone who loves you, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna reiterate that this is a deal breaker for you. And because my friends don't get involved in my relationships like that, I listen. I listen when they tell me that, you know what, I'm gonna end up breaking my own heart because I'm not standing tall on my nose and my deal breakers. Mm. Are you a ghoster? Are you telling people that you are no longer interested? Is that too formal? Um, I don't want to say I'm a ghoster. I guess there are people out there who would say I'm a ghoster, but I don't really think I'm a ghoster. I just like I said, I match energy. Like if I feel nothing coming from you, you feel nothing coming from me. Like I said, I don't play with my feelings, so I'm not about to. If I don't allow you to sit in your, if I'm damn sure really not gonna allow you to sit here and play in my feelings, I don't want. I'm not gonna present, or I try my best not to put myself in positions where my feelings are something that can be played with. Um, so I do my best not to be a ghoster. Um, if we have physically went out and I'm like, okay, this was quote unquote supposed to be a date, um, whether I classify it as that after the fact or not, which based off this podcast and based off who y'all know y'all should be talking to, I'm not gonna classify it as a date. Okay, once the thing is over, I'm not classifying it as a date, especially if it didn't go nowhere. Baby, we just hung out. You just took me out and we had a good time, and that was it. That was all. Please don't get it twisted. So, anyways, um, yeah. So after if we've been out on a date, I will text you and I'll let you know, or I'll call you and I'll let you know. But more than likely, I'm gonna text you. Keep it on. Especially if it's only like one date. Yeah, I more than likely would text you and just be like, "Nah, this ain't working for me. Um, I don't think we're compatible." And I've done it, and it's not the easiest thing to do. But you do what you gotta do. When you know, you know. And I just feel like leading up to the Jesus year and being the Jesus year, and leading up to just getting older in general, baby, I don't have time to waste. If I think this ain't gonna work, this ain't gonna work. You can do your best to try to convince me, but at some point I've already said this ain't gonna work. And for me, that's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to really hear. I don't understand when people try to People try to convince you otherwise. Especially when I'm very upfront with the people that I'm dating or the people that I date. I'm very upfront about my intentions, about what it is I'm looking for, about what it is I want out of life, out of relationships. And if you know that's not what you want, then why play in my face? Why? Like you could have played with me when I was playing. Okay? It's game time now. Practice is over. You should have been with me when I was practicing. Okay? Like find somebody find somebody else to play with because I'm very, very just upfront about what I want and I'm very clear about what I want. And you can tell these men that, and some of them on these dating sites in particular, some of them will be like, okay, we're not looking for the same things. And that's okay. I appreciate those men. I appreciate those men who be like, you know what? We're just not looking for the same thing. I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking to smash. And I appreciate that. When I tell you that will get you further than lying to a woman, just being honest. Baby, I'm not looking for all that. I'm just really looking to smash somebody right now. That will get you so much more further than mm, I really want you. No, you don't. Because why is you playing in my face? I'm just saying. Um, are your standards too high? Um, I've been told they are, but I don't really think they are. Um, I think I've only been told they are by men who didn't want to or could not meet my standards. Because when I tell these women my standards, it's very rare that they're like, oh, they're too high. There are the ones who be like,
Baby, it's 2023. Them standards need to change.
and that's fine and dandy. I feel like to a certain extent, our standards are standards because of our childhoods and how we grew up, and not saying, not saying it in like a negative way, but baby, I think our standards partially come into play based off of our childhoods. And I can't speak for nobody but myself. And I I wasn't raised like a lot of my friends were raised. Like a lot of people who I grew up with didn't have the same background that I had. It was certain ones that did, and certain, but the majority of them didn't. Um, like I grew up in the 2 parent household where my parents were married from conception to the day one of them passed. So and then I grew up with a household where my daddy paid the bills. You talk about it's too old fashioned. I'm not saying I grew up in an old fashioned home, but certain things was done because they was done. You know, baby, my daddy paid them bills. That's all I'm gonna say. And I didn't grow up in a household where we were struggling. I didn't grow up in a household where my mother had to work. Um, so please don't tell me to humble myself the same way my mother humbled herself, because obviously ain't no humbling over here. Okay. She might be a little humble now, But ain't no humbling over here. Okay. Would you date yourself? Are you a catch? Hell yeah, I date myself. What? What? I what? Best gifts ever. What? I would date the fuck out of myself. Not only do me and myself have the same taste in music, chef's kiss. Um, but myself is hilarious. I make myself laugh daily. And if you really think about it, I make you laugh at least once on this podcast. At least once episode. At least once every episode. Like, baby, I would date myself. What? Yeah. I'm shorter than I thought I was. Okay, so obviously I'm blind. So obviously I got a little, I might be a little blind. But, they say them girls who wear glasses, they be the prettiest. And baby, I'm the prettiest. So yeah, I would date myself. And not just off looks. I would just date myself because I'm amazing. I'm funny. Okay. I got a nice personality, a nice smile. Okay. I know how to fight my own demons, my own anxiety and depression. Okay. Baby, what? I'm my own whole therapist. I would date the fuck out of me. Quit playing with me. Friends with benefits turning into a relationship. Yes or no? Um, at this big age that I am now, I don't know. Because I feel like at this big age, a lot of friends with benefits turns into relationships more than they did when I was younger. Um, I feel like when you're younger and you do friends with benefits, it really just is about sex, and it's just friends with benefits. Like, and really, y'all don't really be friends like that. Um, you just really be fuck buddies. But I think as you get older, I think friends with benefits could work. Um, but I don't know. I haven't tried it, and I'm not being funny when I say like I do when I be saying I'm a virgin or I ain't never had no boyfriend. But um, I don't know. I don't think I've never really actually classified anything as friends with benefits, so I can't really say I've been in one. But I don't know how they. I think they could work. I think they could for sure, for sure. Um, do you believe in the one, your soulmate? Um, yes and no. Um, because so I believe in, everybody has a soulmate. I guess, yeah, okay, so I believe everybody has a soulmate. What happens, but that's the thing, like, that's where I'm conflicted at because it's like, what happens if you don't meet your soulmate? What happens if, you and your soulmate end up with different people? Now I know granted down the line you guys could always meet later and, you know, realize that your souls were meant. I think that's the only time I really believe in soul ties is when you genuinely find your soulmate. Like, it doesn't matter who I was with, who you were with, baby, there was something, that gravitational pull, that it didn't matter time, distance, none of that. That I'm gonna have you, and baby, you mine. Like, I think that's the only time I really believe in soul ties. I don't think I really believe in soul ties when it comes to sex. I'm not saying that I believe y'all should just be out here fucking willy nilly and, you know, like nothing is attaching y'all to one another, but I don't believe in like soul ties like that when it comes to sex. I'm not gonna say just because it's sex, but like, yeah, baby, find something else. I thought I believed in soul ties, but like as I get older and I realize like I don't. I think the thing that I feel like the thing that makes sex good for me, um, although I'm a virgin, so is the emotions that are tied to the person outside of sex. Um, I think that's what makes the experience better. Um, yeah, I just think that's what makes the experience better. Catfishing or hat fishing. And this is what I mean when I say that this is why I don't bring people around. So this person don't really count, but somebody went ahead and sent in a suggestion as to like one of the topics we should say, and they gonna say, remember dude that you used to talk to that was friends with my ex that looked cool till you seen him with no hat on, baby. When I tell you, for one, no, I don't remember this person. Okay. But for two, this is why I don't bring nobody around. Because when I say I don't remember this person, you don't remember this person. Okay. On top of me actually not remembering this person until somebody commented that, baby, don't bring up no vague memories for me. Okay. Don't bring up no vague memories. I already said, uh-uh. Uh, mm-mm. Baby, don't be bringing up these vague memories. I don't know nothing about that man. Okay, I don't know what man you're talking about. But on these freaking dating sites, I will see so many men with hats on, and then I'll be sitting there wondering, like, are you hat fishing me? Because why you ain't got no pictures with no hat off? Are you hat fishing me? And then if you don't have your Instagram, that if you don't have your Instagram, I can't check to see if you're catfishing me. It's not even about going on a deep Instagram dive. It's about, are you catfishing me? I don't know. I don't know because all your pictures have hats on and you don't have your Instagram listed anywhere on on this on this website. Please change that. I need to see at least one picture with a hat off and please make it recent. Um, I need to know what to expect. Yeah, I need to know what to expect. And before y'all come at me, yes, I have full body pictures on Instagram. I mean, on my dating profile, I even have, I think, a bathing suit photo. So you see, baby, I'm not trying to hide nothing. Okay, what you see is what you get. Okay, please take those hats off so I can see what I get. Because sometimes y'all do look different without a hat. And I didn't notice it at first until I started dating. But y'all really do be sometimes looking different without hats. And yeah, go ahead and either take a hat off in one of your photos or post your Instagram. Post your social media. Because if you have fishing, you basically catfishing. In my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, you are. You are. And I don't like that. What restaurants will you not go to on a first date? And baby, let me tell you, cause woo, when I say times have changed, times have changed. I don't want to go nowhere that I done been 50 million times. I'm trying to experience something new, and I'm not saying I can't afford new. I'm just trying to say, like, If you want to take me out and show me something new, then show me something new. Don't try to take me to no fucking Chili's. I've been there 50 million times. I know what they got here. You know, don't try to take me to some place that, let's experience something new together. Maybe you never been, maybe I never been, and then boom, we could try it together. But if I don't eat there, I don't eat there. Like Chili's, that's cool. Applebee's, I don't really eat there no more. And I'm gonna be honest, I used to. I used to fuck some Applebee's up. But they stopped serving wings with all flats, and I couldn't get with it, so I don't get it anymore. But Cheesecake Factory, yeah, you couldn't have took me there. I don't eat Cheesecake Factory. Um, yeah, just take me somewhere that you know I'd like. Don't take me nowhere. Oh, don't take me nowhere on the first date that there's a lot of kids running around. I don't have no kids, and I'm not saying I'm team fuck them kids, but I don't have no kids, and if this supposed to be about me and you, then baby, make it about me and you. I don't want to have to be fighting my attention because this kid over here is staring at me and giving me the stank eye, and I can't focus on you. So let's keep that in mind when we plan these dates. Yeah, unless it's like somewhere like the fair or somewhere that is really no option. Because I don't expect you to like buy it out type of thing. So it really is no option. That's different. But if you know that it is too kid friendly, that's not the spot. Not for me anyway. Um so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys at least learned a little bit more. No, we're gonna take that part out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you're listening this far, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please don't forget to turn on your notifications so that you receive the bell. You receive a notification when new episodes are released. Um, Also, please don't forget to follow me on all social medias at No Dress Code Pod. Don't forget, I am your host, Bree, where I do hope that your week is as amazing as I feel like you are, team. You know, um, remember if nobody else tells you, baby, you are wanted, you're desired, you are needed in this world. And I hope to see you guys in next week's episode. Bye.